I love my dog. I have a sweet as can be golden doodle named Zoe. She's 2 years old. She's very energetic. And earlier this week, I had a conversation with a fellow dog lover, a fellow watch enthusiast who runs a podcast called the Watchdog Podcast. And this was my first time being on a podcast. I really enjoyed the experience. And I'm going to put a link to it here in the description for those of you that want to download the entire interview, the entire discussion that we have, and listen at your leisure. But here in this YouTube video, I'm going to share the segment we talk about Seiko. I think a lot of you will relate to the things that are discussed. And as you listen, I'm going to drop in macro video, wrist shots, just different clips of some of the most gorgeous, practical, fun, and in some cases stupid and ugly with quality control issues. I don't know, you can probably hear my dog barking right now, interrupting this intro. Anyways, you'll see some awesome Seikos as we talk about Seiko, and let's just get to it.
You have said in the past, and maybe not so much now, but a Seikopath. Was it the Marine Master that really got you kind of started down the Seiko path?
Yes, that was the first Seiko diver that I saw. I want to say I was just browsing Watch You Seek years ago, and it had a hype about it. And so I looked at it, and initially I didn't see what the fuss is about. I'm like, all right, well, let me check out the other Seiko divers. I looked at the Sumo, I looked at the SKX, and I looked at the Monster. There were really only, I don't know, 4 or 5. There was a Tuna, there was a Shogun, and that was about it when it came to Seiko divers available on the market. And at first, I'm like, I don't understand why people are freaking out about these watches because they're kind of ugly. I don't see the appeal. And it probably took me a couple weeks, but I kept returning to it, partially because I looked at the price and I looked at the specs and I saw that, hey, this is in-house and this is true in-house. This is not buying a third-party movement and putting your name on it. This is all developed down to the oils in the movement, the Lumibrite luminescent formula, the Hardlex mineral crystals. And I just became really impressed with what they were doing. And then the designs grew on me. And before I knew it, the one that I thought was the ugliest was the Seiko Monster. I'm like, oh my goodness, that is so ugly. But within a month, I was buying one, pulling the trigger. I think I bought mine on eBay. This was the second generation of the Monster, and I bought a Sumo. I bought multiple SKXs. I played around with some of the more affordable ones before I stepped up to get that initial the one that initial caught my eye, the Marine Master, and buying that for the first time years ago was such a great experience, and I really became addicted to the brand. And I recognized that Seiko has flaws. They do some really silly things. They have some quality control issues, but they do something so very well, and they have an it factor about them, and they have that originality and that comfort and that practicality that I just really identify with. So I became a huge Seikopath years ago, and it's been awesome to see them as a brand expand and come out with Samurai reissues and Turtle reissues and Marine Master 200s and the Transocean, the SBDC series. And they've really expanded in terms of models, price points, colors, limited editions. And me, it's like being a kid in a candy store. I love being a Seiko fan, and I can forgive them for doing dumb things like misaligned chapter rings and dust sometimes in the dial. You know what? There's so much good that they do that the negative elements I can live with. So yeah, I'm a huge Seikopath. Probably not as much as I have been in years past. But I have right now I have one Seiko diver in the collection because, like you, I enjoy flipping and rotating and trying a ton of different watches. But I've told my authorized dealer as soon as they get stock of some new releases that they should be getting any day now, that I need both of them. It's a 6105 reissue, the Captain Willard reissue. It's right around $1,300 on the bracelet, full price. Yep. And then also the 62 MAS reissue with the anthracite dial on the bracelet. That one is right around $1,200 full retail. And so as soon as those come I'm going to buy them. And
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm really looking forward to getting those in and wearing them, checking them out, comparing them. And I have no idea how I will bond, but I do know I will enjoy them. So whether they all stay in the collection or one gets axed, or hey, maybe they're so great my sumo gets axed, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm really looking forward to it.